Hello everyone. So here we got the fourth Ghost of Baskervilles challenge, and this one's pretty tough. Surprisingly, being the fourth challenge, this isn't some crazy stat check stage. It is instead more of like a gimmick and mechanical stage, which is often the case, but usually there's a really high stat check. This time the stat check is moderately high. It seems a little bit lower than it usually is. And that's both a good and a bad thing. It means you need to actually pay a lot of attention to what's going on here. Now, my understanding is that some people use Hilda and Rosenseal to make this fight a lot easier, and that is certainly an option. But honestly, like the most annoying debuff you're going to be receiving here is a stun from the boss, which is actually immunizable. So it actually, as long as you have some Sage's hats on your healers, you can avoid it when necessary. So among the SR characters, definitely the MVP here is going to be Emerick. So the premise of this stage is that you are trying to get the red slimes to get within 2 blocks of the boss, after which they will explode and heal him. So in order to prevent them from healing him, you have to make the green slimes, which give a heal reversal debuff to everyone around him, both enemies and allies. So you get the green slimes near the red slimes, you blow up the green slimes, and then you take the red slime, and then you let the red slimes go to the boss. So the red slimes are always going to beeline straight for the boss. The green slimes are going to come and attack you. So that makes it pretty simple. The idea here is that you want to body block the red slimes and try to get them to not go within 2 blocks of the boss, otherwise they'll just heal him. And then you bait the green slimes over so that you can just blow up the green slimes when it's necessary, and then let the red slimes through. So while this is happening, the boss does a variety of effects. He has something that first of all, he just lowers your stats constantly. So that's sort of a soft enrage on this stage. Like your team is going to get weaker and weaker. He has an AoE that just shuffles everybody around, which is very annoying because like that means there's no consistent way to do this map, and there's like no way to really predict. No way to copy a strategy 100% of the time because it shuffles your units around. The other one is that he chain hooks you, and that is the aforementioned stun. Like I said, it is immunizable, so that is not really a big issue as long as you play correctly. He also can increase the movement of every single slime on the map, so that just makes it harder for you to be able to body block the red slimes. They typically have 3 move, but they can get up to 5 move thanks to that. So, like I said, Emerick is a really big MVP out of the SR units. He does a really good job of stopping the red slimes from reaching the boss sooner, and he can also prevent some other slimes that are going to spawn later from being able to do their shenanigans. At the start here, you really want to get as many of the red slimes to do their damage to the boss as you can. If you miss out on one of these early ones, I personally would just suggest you restart the map, because later on there's going to be different kinds of slimes spawning, and that's just going to make things even more annoying to get the red slimes over to the boss while also heal reversed. So it's better to just like get as much of the damage as you can early on in the fight. You need to heal reverse and bring 6 of these red slimes to the boss before he dies. And because later on you're going to spawn other colors of slimes as well, that actually lowers the amount of red slimes you're going to see as well. Both a good and a bad thing, because as I mentioned earlier, the red slimes also heal the boss if you don't heal reverse them beforehand. So it actually can be sort of helpful in that you're not going to get overwhelmed and accidentally miss out on a red slime. Other things to keep in mind, the green slime, of course, like I said, they heal reverse everybody, including you. So you do not want the green slimes to be heal reversing your healers. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If that happens, at least for me, if that happens, like that's almost an automatic loss, because Almeida not only does Almeida passively heal people, which so I can't even like get her just not heal with her to prevent something bad from happening. I'm also using regenerate on Sophia, and obviously, it's just gonna get Grenier killed, and these slimes hit hard enough so that you really don't want your DPS to be taking these hits. But aside from that, it's just a lot of positioning. You just got to make sure to body block the right way. Emerick, like I said, is super useful here. They are susceptible to displacement, so you can use Ram, Smash, and Chain Hook, or Landius. It is worth noting that the red slimes are very, very frail, so that if you do a single target Ram or Smash, they usually just die. So that's not very helpful. But you can Ram and Route and Smash all the other slimes without much problem. They have a lot more HP, which I guess, of course, they do. You gotta kill the green slimes. Sometimes you might get a green slime next to a red slime, and then you are unable to kill them in time, which is very annoying. But there's just something that can happen. So aside from the green and red slimes you get at the start here, later on they're going to spawn yellow slimes. Yellow slimes, instead of doing heal reverse, they instead reduce healing effects by 100%. You can see a yellow slime there right now. So needless to say, if the yellow slime explodes near a red slime, which it actually does automatically, if it ends turn within 2 blocks of a red slime, it actually just blows up automatically. It just makes it so that their heal does 0. So, obviously that it wastes the red slime. Now sometimes, because these spawns seem to be sort of random, sometimes you might actually do that on purpose, just so that you don't get the red slime to heal the boss instead. Although in a lot of those cases, it's probably better to just attack the red slime and kill it, and that'll give you a heal, as well as prevent the boss from healing up as well. So the final type of slime is a blue slime. The blue slimes, when they die, they just create a bunch of cancer tiles on the ground, and that's pretty much it. They damage you, and they heal block you. So just like with the green slimes, you don't want to kill the yellow slimes when they are near one of your healers, because they will prevent you from being able to heal. And even though these slimes are not that strong, attrition will get you. And that's about it. It's even though it sounds like kind of a simple map, it is actually quite difficult, especially later on when there's a lot of enemies around. And you need to, like I said, the slimes are strong enough to kill your DPS or your healers, even though they don't hit as hard as a typical boss enemy. So everything about here is positioning, and there's a bit of RNG involved here, because the spawns are somewhat random, and the boss can shuffle you around, which is also randomized. But aside from that, you just have to do your positioning very. You just have to position properly. That's the big thing about this map. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say here. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I can get that 5th challenge done, even though I'm running out of time here. Sorry for releasing these videos kind of late, but I've said it before, I'm got some personal stuff going on. So good luck on this map. It's pretty difficult, but I think if you use SSRs, there's quite a few tools available to make it a lot easier. But I think Emerick is useful regardless of whether or not you're using SSRs. I've used Emerick a lot in these challenge runs before, and I think he's honestly a really, really great unit to build. Because he's always useful. There's so many immunities in these challenge fights, and having a unit like him that can ignore that immunity and just always lower something's mobility, you usually can come up with some kind of interesting use for it. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. See you guys in the next one.
承知いたしました。行くぞ。
何かお手伝いできることありますか？
承知いたしました。
わかりました。何かお手伝いできることありますか？はい。
行くぞ。行くぞ。正確に。準備は整った。